So problem can be arise in any industries in the world. So for resolving those type of problem, we have design thinking. So design thinking, it's not like any technical language, it's not like any technical concept. It's a natural ability of human being. How human thinks, how human being behaves for resolving any problem. Suppose I will give you one example of real life. Like suppose you are going to develop any software, and that software can be like e-commerce website like Amazon, Flipkart, and or it can be any food application like Swiggy and Zomato. So initially, before developing that application, what you will do, initially you will have one survey. It means regarding that application, what type of expectation people have, what they want by that application. So for that you will have one survey to the people, what kind of things should be available in that, so that you will prepare a module. So for having design thinking session, what you will do, what they want by that what kind of things should be available in that. For having design thinking session, you will be having a team of 10 to 12 people, or maybe it can depends on your project, how much big is your project. So you will have conversation with each other for resolving any problem, for resolving any task. Human being, how human thinks, how human being behaves for resolving any problem. Suppose I will give you one example of real life. Like suppose you are going to develop any software. That software can be like e-commerce website like Amazon, Flipkart, and or it can be any food application like Swiggy and Zomato. So initially, before developing that application, what you will do, initially you will have one survey. It means regarding that application, what type of expectation people have, what they want by that application. So for that you will have one survey to the people, what kind of things should be available in that, so that you will prepare a module. So for having design thinking session, what you will do, people have, what they want by that application. So for having design thinking session, you will be having a team of 10 to 12 people, or maybe it can depends on your project, how much big is your project. So you will have conversation with each other for resolving any problem, for resolving any task. So for that you need one room. In that room you will be having conversation with each other after taking survey from the audience side, कि what type of functionality, what type of thing should be available in that software, in that project. So one by one you will provide your ideas. So in design thinking, you have to perform one activity. For that activity, for that activity, you will be having some sketch pens, pencil, boards, and sticky notes. One by one, or with a mutual interaction or collaboration, you will be having one session or one activity for providing new ideas regarding that problem. Okay. So this is an introduction part of design thinking. So design thinking is both an ideology and a process focused on resolving complex problems in a highly user-centric way. Design thinking is not an exclusive skill, natural ability, fine art, or rocket science. So design thinking is not a rocket science. It's a natural ability of human being, how human being thinks for resolving any problem. So problem can be available, arise in any industry. For resolving that problem, we can use design thinking. In India, we are using design thinking from last 6 to 7 years, but in others European countries, they are using this design thinking from last 20 years for resolving any problem. So why they are using design thinking? What is the benefit of design thinking? So if we are using any concept, any technology, so there must be some benefits for that. So design thinking provide some blueprint for resolving any problem. And I told you, problem can be arise in any industry in the world. So for resolving that problem in an effective manner, for reducing your time, for reducing your cost, you can use design thinking. So it will provide base for your solution that can be available for that problem. Okay. So for having this design thinking activity, I have told you we will be having one room. In room there would be some people, they will work in a collaboration, and they will use some boards, sketch pens, sticky notes for having that activity, right? Now come to next thing. So what is the benefit of that? I will tell you. Suppose I will give you one scenario. A first thing that is without design thinking, and first scenario I will take without design thinking, and second scenario I will take with design thinking. So now come to first point. Suppose I'm manager of any company, okay, and I will give some instruction to another company, okay, that I need that software from your side. So they will ask me, sir, what software you want? So I will tell them, okay, I need this type of software. That can be any food application, that can be any CRM tool, that can be anything, right? So we will have one conversation with each other. So he will ask me something and I will reply, done. So he will start developing that software, and after completing that software he will provide to me, right? That is without design thinking. So now I will test or check that software. So I will find somewhere this module should be not be available, and on this page GUI this is not a good thing. I need some another thing. So that happens because of without design thinking. So now what developer will do? Developer will do some modification after taking that software from the client side. So what would be the drawback for that? The problems are, it will increase time, and as well as it will increase cost, right? Now come to second thing, that is with design thinking. In that condition you will have one conversation with your client. So client will tell you, I need this module, I need that module, and on this page I need this type of functionality, this should be happen there. So with a mutual understanding and collaboration, you are having some interaction with each other, and after that with a one team you will provide good ideas what can be available in that software. So that is with design thinking. So after completing that software you will provide to your customer or your client, so that he or she will be happy after getting that thing. So it will not increase any time, it will not increase any type of cost. So that's why this is a benefit of design. Now come to next thing. So if we are talking about design thinking, so there would be some concepts that would be available in design thinking. So first one is, there are three foundational element of design thinking. Number one, principle guiding us. Number two, loop, and number three is key. So in principle guiding us, we have three sub points. First one is a focus on users outcome. Second is restless reinvention, and third is diverse empower team. Right. So what do you mean by focus on users outcome? It means whatever solution we are going to develop for my clients. So before developing that thing, I have to focus on that thing. What type of outcomes user will get out of this solution? Because we are going to resolve any problem, uh, we are going to give any solution. So that solution we are going to end users. not another thing. We are going to give that solution to the end user. It means audience, customers. So because they are going to use that solution of that problem, any type of project, that can be any type of project. So before developing, before manufacturing that thing, that solution, firstly we have to think about our customer, what type of expectation they have out of this solution, and we have to focus on their outcomes, what they will get by using that solution. Second thing is restless reinvention. It means if we will develop anything, it doesn't mean that we will stuck on initial model. No. I will give you an example of real life, like Amazon, or you can say I will give you Android. Nowadays, you are using Android, iOS. So every year they are updating the version. Every year they are updating the version. Why they are updating the version? Because in each new version they will get some new thing, new functionality, and some security concern, right? It means in each version they will get somehow something new. It can be related to security, it can be related to GUI, it can be related to customer, right? So every year they are updating the software. So that's called restless reinvention. It means they are not sticking on any initial model or any base model, but every year or by quarterly, by half yearly, they are doing some modification in that version of software. So that's called restless reinvention. It's like a maintenance. It's like a maintenance. Next thing is diverse empower team. I have told you, for having design thinking session or activity, you will be having a team of 10 to 12 people, or it can people size can be depend on project. If your project is big, so in that you can have 20 people as a design thinkers. So diverse empower team means you will be having a team that would be having different domains knowledge. What it means, suppose you are going to resolve any project, you are going to find any solution for any real life project. It can be anything like software, manufacture, medical science. It can be anything because you can use design thinking in any field, right? So suppose now this time you are having 10 members. Okay, so for providing different varieties of ideas, you will try to have team that everyone, mostly people, should belongs to different domains. I will give you an example. Suppose in my team I have 5 people. One belongs to HR, second belongs to technical thing, third belongs to marketing, fourth belongs to finance. So I have team that belongs to different fields. Or for my solution, I can take a benefit of ideas that would be evolved by different domains people, right? So by those ideas, I will get very good solution in a effective manner. Now come to next thing that I have told you. Second one is loop. As you can see, there is written observe, reflect, and make. What it means, if you are going to provide any solution for any problem, so initially what you will do, you will observe the condition. You will observe the condition, what's going on. Second one is reflect. It means after observing that condition, you will find the better way to resolve that problem. That's called reflect. And third one is make. It means you will get idea what would be the solution of that problem that you have observed. So for creating the solution of that, you will use make part. So in a loop, you will use observe, reflect, and make. It's a second concept of design thinking foundational element. So I will repeat again, design thinking is not like any software. It's not like any technical term. It's only ideology, and it's a term. It's a term. It will help user to resolve the problem in a human centric way, right? And I have given you one example regarding software. With the help of design thinking, you can reduce your time, you can reduce your money as well. And now I will give you another example of real life. Suppose now you have to go, suppose you are staying in Noida, okay, and you have to go Mumbai. So initially what you will do, you will decide the path, you will decide the path, ki at what time I will start my journey and which route I will take. So without doing this task, you will be confused, okay, which one, which way is good for me, and when I have to start my journey. So design thinking is like a planning. It will give you a specific plan for resolving any real life problem, any real life scenario. And design thinking you can apply on any industry. It can be medical, it can be hospitality, banking, tour and travels, tourism, entertainment, and software, and as well as manufacturing industry or even construction industry. I will give you one example of construction industry. Now, suppose I have 1,000 meter of land or capital, you can say. I have 1,000 meter of space. So I will give one contract to contractor, please construct one building for me so that um, a family person can be stay there, right? So okay, so he will say, okay, sir, I will construct one building for you. Okay, so you want that building for uh, family person. So in that condition, only this much of conversation we had, right? So he will start constructing the building, and after 6 or 7 months, he will tell me, or he will ask me, sir, can you come and you can check? We have just constructed your building, right? So in that condition, I will check, and what I will see there is a kitchen, and beside kitchen there is a washroom. So it will not make any sense. Or in front of kitchen there is a washroom, so it will not make any sense. So what I will tell him, I will say to him, please reconstruct this. This is not a good thing. So what would be happen? He will break that thing. It can be washroom or it can be kitchen, and he will reconstruct that thing at some another place. Okay. So what would be the drawback for this? It will increase the cost. Number one, it will increase the time. So that happens without design thinking. But in design thinking, with the design thinking approach, what will we do? We will be having one conversation with each other, and we will start our design thinking activity. In that, uh, I will just create a one team of some people. They will provide some different ideas, that should be available in those flats, that should be available in those apartments. So these ideas we will provide, and we will paste on stick through sticky note on one board, right? So what would be happen? So after doing this activity, we will have one meeting with our client. Sir, we have just thought, okay, this type of functionality we will add in that solution, or you can say in those construction that we are going to do. So in that, what would be happen? So he will say, yes, everything is fine. Now you can do this thing. Yeah, you carry on. So what is the benefit of this process that we have done with the help of design thinking? We will reduce our cost as well as we will reduce our time. So this is a benefit of design thinking, and we can apply design thinking in any industries or anywhere, right? Okay, let's go. I will let you know how you can have design thinking activity in real life. I will tell you, don't worry about it. So till now, what we have done, we have just covered basic of design thinking and principle guiding us. That is a foundational concept of design thinking. It contains three things that we have covered. Now come to next thing, that observe, reflect, make. We have covered already. Now come to design thinking case study in Nepal. So what do you mean by case study? So case study is like a topic that already we have, someone have used for resolving any kind of problem. So in Nepal, there was some problem. So Nepal have used design thinking for resolving some task, or you can say some problem. So that's why it's a case study, design thinking case study in Nepal. So everyone knows what is Nepal. So Nepal is a country in Asia region, right? So what was the problem? Because we are going to use design thinking for resolving any type of problem in an effective manner, or with a better solution, right? Or in a less time, or with a minimal cost. So because this case study belongs to some old time initially, because nowadays we have lot of facilities in every country, but that design thinking case study in Nepal belongs to some old time, right? In a starting time, nowadays in each village you will be having one government hospital, but in an old time, or you can say around 15 years old, or 20 years old, around for 10 to 12 people, 10 to 12 villages, there was only one hospital. So that was the problem. But nowadays, in each village, you will get one hospital. But in an old time, just 15 years before or 20 years before, only one government hospital was available for 14 to 15 villages. Okay. So what was the issue? What was the problem in Nepal? So in a winter season, who is going to take birth? It means newborn baby. They were just getting died because of winter, because of uh, some circumstances that was available because of weather, right? So what was the problem in Nepal? In Nepal, there was around 14 to 15 villages, or maybe 10 to 12 villages. For those villages, only one hospital was available. And newborn baby, they were getting died within 6 or 7 days after taking birth. That was the problem. Why that was happening? So for finding the problem and for finding the solution of that problem, Nepal government approached to the Stanford University. So Stanford University sends some intern, or you can say some student, for resolving that problem to the Nepal. So they went to Nepal that time, and they found there was some problem, because one hospital was available for 14 to 15 villages. So it doesn't mean only one child can take birth at a one day. No, on a one day, more than one child can take birth, right? But they were getting died because village person can't afford to carry their child hospital easily in a old time. So what they found there was a problem of incubator. Incubator is like a machine that is used to maintain the temperature of a newborn baby with the atmospheric changes, right? So in a winter season, newborn baby were getting die because of the problem of the incubator, because they were not able to maintain the temperature of newborn baby with the climate. So to solve incubator problem in Nepal, Stanford University, that is a D school, design school. Some interns came to Nepal, and they were thinking how we can resolve the problem, right? So so design thinking is a way to find better solution for any problem. Number one, or now this time they had to resolve one problem, that is a incubator problem, because they was not able to carry their child in hospital, because only one hospital was available for 14 to 15 villages in all time. And they can't afford, and they conveyance charges, and they even uh, at a one time, more than two or three childs can take birth. So for resolving that problem, the school team came to the Nepal, and they found there was a problem of incubator. So incubator machine, I have told you earlier. So design thinking is used to provide better solution or substitute of that solution. It doesn't mean that the team will provide only incubator. No, they can provide a better incubator or substitute of incubator. Main thing is that the newborn baby were getting die. They have to stop that thing. So that's why uh, they can manufacture new incubator, low cost incubator or substitute of incubator, right? So for resolving that problem, for finding a better solution of that problem, we have 5 steps for design thinking. We have 5 steps for design thinking. So one by one, we will use those steps for resolving that problem. So, so one by one, we will cover all the steps for resolving that problem. So the problem belongs to Nepal. In a winter season, newborn baby were getting died within a 1 week after taking birth. Okay, so they have found the problem was there was no incubator in the hospital, or only one incubator was available, but at a one day, more than 2 or 3 child can take birth at the same day. So how they will manage those newborn infants or newborn baby for maintaining their temperature with the outside climate? So for that, we have 5 steps of design thinking. First step is emphasize. It means understand the user. Initially, in a design thinking, team will understand the user. It means understand the audience of Nepal. Why their child were getting died? What was the problem they were getting and they were facing? So initially, they will understand the user. That's called emphasize. Step number 2 is define. Define the problem and narrow down the scope. It means they will define the problem, why problem is arising, and they will narrow down the scope. It means they will focus on the scope or they will focus on the aim, how they can resolve that problem. So what they have found, they found there was no incubator in hospital. There was no incubator in hospital. So that's why doctors was not able to maintain the outside climate and the temperature of newborn baby. That's why newborn baby were getting die within a 1 week after taking birth, right? So now we have covered 2 steps. Number one is understand the user. It means emphasize why Nepal people were getting problem. Second one is define the problem. It means they had defined the problem why they were getting this type of problem. Now come to number three. That is for resolving that problem. Now they will provide different ideas. It means with the help of design thinking, with the help of design thinking activity, they will have one session in a collaboration. So for resolving that problem, they have to keep some points in their mind. I will give you one example regarding that. Suppose now you are going to cook food. Now you are going to cook food. So you have to keep some points in mind, like for how many peoples we are going to cook food, and how much curries we have to prepare, which ingredients we will use. So these type of points you will keep in your mind. So now in that condition, they have understand the user. Number one, emphasize step. Number two, define. They have defined the problem. What is the problem? Now come to next thing. That is, now they have to keep some points in their mind. By keeping those points, they can provide good idea for resolving that problem. So what they will do? They will keep some points in their mind. First one is because that solution would belongs to village area, and in village electricity problem was a big issue in old time. Nowadays you have good electricity in villages, but in 15 or 20 years old there was more and more problem in electricity in village areas. So but incubator works with the help of electricity. So while giving solution of incubator problem, while giving solution for incubator problem, now you have to just or construct or manufacture low cost incubator or substitute of incubator, right? So you have to keep some points in your mind. Number one, that should work with electricity because there was no good electricity in villages area. Number two, portable, because you can't port or you can't move incubator from one place to another place. So that it means that solution you are going to just manufacture. So these type of functionality or points should be available in that solution. Number one, that should work without electricity. Number two, that should be portable. Number three, hygienic. It means now you are going to give any solution for village areas or you can say newborn baby. So hygiene is a must or most uh, concern point for newborn baby. Next thing is, next point is importantly that should be inexpensive. That should be inexpensive because village person can't afford expensive thing. So incubator cost is around 40,000 to 2 lakh. So village persons can't afford that. So that solution we are going to manufacture, that is low cost incubator or substitute of incubator, that should be inexpensive, right? So these type of points we have to keep in our mind, and accordingly we have to behave. First one is I have told you electricity, portable, hygiene, inexpensive. Next is culturally appropriate. It means easily that should be understandable by the village person because there is a literacy issue in village areas in all time. So that's why that should be culturally appropriate. That should be easily managed by the village persons. So step third is ideate. Step third is ideate. So while keeping these 6 to 7 points in our mind, now we have to provide ideas. Now we have to provide ideas for resolving this problem. This is low cost incubator or substitute of incubator. So one by one, our team member would provide different ideas with the help of sticky note. We will use sticky note, sketch pen, pencils for giving different ideas, and we will post. We will sorry. We will paste those sticky notes on board for providing better ideas. And with the help those ideas, we will provide a better solution to the village person or end customers. Now come to step number four. Step number four. What do you mean by prototype? Prototype means we will give a shape to those ideas. In a step number third, we will provide different ideas. So now we have to provide a shape to those ideas. So in that condition, we will give a shape to those ideas for getting a solution in an effective manner. So that's called prototype. Now come to step number five, that is test, or you can say testing. So in real life, suppose you are going to build anything, you are going to buy anything, you are going to manufacture anything. So before using that thing, what you will do, you will test that thing. Suppose you are going to buy some clothes or you are going to buy some mobile phone. So what you will do, initially you will take that, and before giving money to the shopkeeper, what you will do, you will test that thing. Is it working fine or not? Is it working great or not? Is it good for me or not? That's called testing. So after doing prototype, it means prototype will give a shape to your ideas. It means it will give you one model, or you can say solution of your problem. And after that, you will test that thing. Is it working fine or no? So these are steps for effective design thinking. Number one, emphasize. Number two, define. Number two, idea. Number three, idea. Four, prototype. And number five, test. With the help of these five steps of design thinking, Stanford University interns gave one solution to the Nepal government after finding low cost incubator or substitute of incubator. They found a better solution, and after that they received some feedbacks from the end customers, and they gave one solution to the end customers, that is embrace body warmer for infants. Infants means shishu, little child, right? So they gave solution for incubator, that was embrace body warmer for infants. Infants. So what was the cost of embrace body warmer? That is around 100, or you can say 200 rupees. That was 1% cost of actual incubator. So design thinking means we will provide a better low cost solution, or a substitute of that solution, right? But that should fulfill the requirement. Main thing is we have to focus on requirement, that our solution is fulfilling the requirement or not. So that's why they use design thinking approach for providing better solution for to save the child of newborn baby in Nepal. So that was the design thinking. We have covered some concepts of design thinking, what type of concept we will use, and what was the design thinking case study in Nepal, right? So there are a lot of case study like Bank of America, Uber Eats, Airbnb. You have heard about Trevago, Oyo. So it's like there is a Airbnb in an outside country in India that is available in Delhi, I think. So these are the case study. Uber Eats, Airbnb, Bank of America, Bank of Ireland. They have used design thinking for getting benefits in their business. So now, so that was the importance of design thinking. It will help us to save our time, to save our money. Okay. Now come to next thing, that is hands-on practical. How you will use design thinking, how you will get to know, okay, what is design thinking. So basics I have told you. Now come to next thing. uh, in 2017, 18, or even 19, we can have we can had design thinking session or design thinking activity with the mutual understanding collaboration in one room. But when COVID came, we have to maintain social distancing, and we can't gather at one place more than two or three peoples, or maybe. But for design thinking, at least there would be a team of 10 to 12 peoples, and they would be available at the same place in the same room. So when COVID came, so we can't do this type of things. So for that, for resolving that kind of problem, IBM just developed a one tool, that was IBM Mural tool, Mural. So when you will have design thinking activity as a offline, in that condition, you will use some sticky notes, pen, pencil, marker, and some sticky notes, board, even. You know? So use these type of things or material for having design thinking activity on online tool. So IBM Mural tool will provide you specific space, that's called templates. In each template, you will get pen, you will get sticky notes, you will get some images, you will get some icons. So you can drag and drop those things on your template, and you can provide your ideas for resolving any problem. So like this, you can have design thinking activity with the help of IBM Mural tool. So in IBM Mural tool, we can have different type of templates. There are a lot of templates because you all are new for this. So I will let you know there are a lot of templates like storyboarding, brainstorming, scenario mapping, hills, and empty map, right? We have different templates for doing, for providing better solution with the help of sticky notes, sketch pen, markers, right? So now in this session we will use one template, that is empty map. With the help of sticky note we will use empty map for providing better solution to that problem, right? So for that, what we have to do initially, we have to log in on Mural tool. We have to sign up first, then we. So I will let you know. It's like a easy. It's like a easy process. As you log into your Gmail ID, your Instagram, your Facebook, same procedure you can follow here. Simply you have to give your mail ID, and you can write there one password, and you can use design thinking Mural tool, right? So now already I have signed up, but I will let you know how can you sign up. So that was the basics of design thinking. Ki what is design thinking, and why we are using design thinking nowadays. What is the benefit of design thinking? I hope it's clear to everyone because this session is live, so you are not able to unmute yourself. So I hope you have just understand something. So if that session was effective for you, if you have learned something, so you can reply in chat box that was good for you or not. So after that, after 2 or 3 minutes, we will start hands-on practical with the help of Mural tool. Thank you. Wait for a while. No need to go anywhere. Okay. So simply what you have to do, you have to write mural.com. You have to write mural.com on your Google. So that time you will get this type of page, this type of GUI. So there would be two options, sign up and sign in. Okay. Simply you can sign up by giving your mail ID and your password, right? So now what I will do, I will simply sign in. I will click on sign in, and I will give mail ID. Now you have to give your password, and simply click on sign in, right? So now you will get this type of GUI. You will get this type of GUI. With the help of this GUI, you can create any template, and with the help of that template, you can do design thinking activity, right? Simply on left side, you have to click on create mural and create open mural, and search right empty, and you will get empty map. Simply click here and create. So now you can see this is a GUI of empty map template. This is a GUI of empty map template. You can see. So I have told you, offline we can use sticky note, pencil, rubber, eraser, and icons, image. We can use a lot of things, but with the help of online to use those things. So for that, what you can do, left side you can see there is a text thing. With the help of this side panel, drag and drop, you can drag and drop any sticky notes you can see. You can see you can drag any sticky note, and by clicking on a sticky note, you can give your idea. You can give your idea, right? That can be anything as per the condition. On left side, and second thing, that is shapes. You can use any type of shapes and connector, and with the help of icon you can use any type of icon that can belongs to your solution, right? And next thing is different type of frameworks are available, and any image you can import and you can use. So with the help of side panel, you can use different activities, and you even right side you can click on zoom in and zoom out, zoom in and zoom out. So for zoom in and zoom out, you can use your mouse button as well as, right? So now we have four blocks. I will zoom it and then I will explain one by one. Now you can see in empty map template, we have four blocks. Number one says, number two thinks, number three does, number four feels, right? So initially I have told you design thinking means we have to focus on users outcome. We have to focus on users outcome. So in that, before providing any type of solution, so now I will take one scenario that is regarding food application. So left side, I will write here, that can be any type of food application, food, like Swiggy, Zomato, right? So before providing any solution, now we will be having one-to-one interaction with our team members. Suppose there are a lot of members in my team, so they can contribute here one by one. So with me, you can also contribute here. What I will do, see, I will click on share and I will click on visitor and copy link. So that is my food application. You can see. Now I will provide with my team member different ideas for resolving, because this is one project. Food application is one project. It would be like a task for me. It would be like a task for me, right? With the help of team, I can resolve that food application by providing different ideas, right? Okay, that's fine. So one by one with my team member, I will provide different ideas for resolving this problem. So in that condition, okay. So now the first sticky note, I will provide one idea. So we have says, think, does, feels. We have four words: says, think, does, and feel, right? So for providing ideas, we will have one survey regarding that application with the end customers. Now end customers will let us know what they says regarding that solution, what they think regarding that solution, and what they can do regarding that solution, and what type of feeling would be evolved. What it means, I will repeat it again. This is a template for resolving that problem. It can be any kind of problem. With the help of design thinking, with using some templates, we can resolve any type of problem. So in that template, we have four blocks: says, does, think, and feels, right? So now we have to put our feet. Now we have to put our feet in end customer's shoes, because whatever solution we are going to prepare, who is going to use? And customer will use. So that's why we have to think according them, what they want, what they say, what they think, what they does, and what they feels, right? So now come to first point. So in first sticky note, I will provide one idea on behalf of customer, because now customer are giving their ideas. App should be easy. It means app GUI should be easy. App GUI should be easy. If app GUI would not be easy, so how people will use that? They can't use. Okay, so they have this type of thinking. What this says app GUI should be easy. And now another sticky note, another team member can write another idea, like what customer says. Customer says there there should be varieties of food. There should be a varieties of food in application. Varieties of food, right? And the third team member can give different idea on behalf of customers. App should accept multiple payment methods. So it's a payments method, like UPI, credit card, debit card. Okay, so customer are saying, we have taken one survey with the customers. Now what customer have said, what customer says, what they think, what they does. Okay, so now on behalf of customers, we are team member. So on behalf of customers, we are just providing ideas, what customer says and think, and what customer expectation have regarding that application. So app GUI should be easy. App should accept multiple payment method. There should be varieties of food, and what customer can think, like there should be option for applying various coupons, right? I took food application scenario because everyone aware about Swiggy and Zomato. That's why I've taken that scenario, that it will make you clear about design thinking. So now you can see, before developing that application, being a design thinker, you have just given different ideas on behalf of customer. What customer says and what customer think. So in each block, we can have 10 to 12 ideas. It depends on our team. After completion of this session, with the help of mutual understanding or voting, we will use some effective ideas for providing solution. So after providing our ideas with the help of design thinking activity, we will provide our solution to the whom? To developer. Now developer will think which language he or she have to use, which database he or she have to use, which technologies they will use for building that software, or for completing these type of requirement. Okay, being a design thinker, only you have to take survey, and you have to just provide ideas for resolving any type of problem, right? I hope it's clear to everyone. Now come to does. What do you mean by does phase? Does means in this we will write ideas being a design thinker, because above in says and think we have written ideas on behalf of customers, what they want, what type of expectation they have, right? But in does we will write as per our understanding. So that's why used should I have used should word in a says and think, because कस्टमर बोलते हैं कि वहां पर ये भी होना चाहिए, ये भी होना चाहिए. That's why there should be, there should be, there should be, like that. Okay. Now, as per team member, as being a design thinker, now we will provide ideas ki what customer can do, what customer can do in our application. So customer can order order varieties of food. These are the activities. These are the एक्टिविटीज कि जो हमारा यूजर है वो फूड को ऑर्डर कर सकता है. तो ये दैट टाइप ऑफ इंफॉर्मेशन विद द हेल्प ऑफ आइडियाज और स्टिकी नोट वी आर गिविंग टू डेवलपर. नाउ दिस इज अ रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी ऑफ डेवलपर हाउ ही विल implement this type of functionality. So being a design thinker, we are just providing these ideas what customer can do with using our application. Okay. And second thing is customer can do or can use multiple payment methods कर सकता है, right? And customer can track delivery boy, ये भी कर सकता है, right? And customer can apply coupon, right? So what customer can do with our application? So those type of ideas we will write in a does block, being a design thinker, right? In says and think block, we will write ideas on behalf of customer, what expectation they have with respect to our application, what they want, what they say, and what they think. That's why I have used should word. कि ये भी होना चाहिए, ये भी होना चाहिए, right? And in does we will use can. It means user ये काम भी कर सकता है हमारी एप्लीकेशन में, यूजर ये काम भी कर सकता है हमारी एप्लीकेशन में. That's why I use can word, right? Now come to feels. Everyone have different feeling. Suppose I will give you an example. There is a what is that application? Okay, someone will say, ah, that's a good application. Oh, that's irritating. Ah, that's not good. So different people have different views. So after using that application, after using my application, and customer can have varieties of feeling like positive, like negative, like they can be happy, they can be, right? So these comes to inside fields. So this activity before COVID, we used to take, we used to process, or we used to work regarding that activity with the help of sticky notes, keyboard, so not keyboard, board, sticky notes, pencils, pen, and sketch pens. Okay, we used to work on that session with the help of these type of material. But now when COVID came, IBM just developed IBM Mural tool. In that tool you will get different templates. Okay, and with the help of those templates you can provide your ideas for providing better solution regarding any problem. That was hands-on activity regarding design thinking. So simply you have to write on Google www.ibm.com/design/thinking/page/courses/practitioner. Okay, after doing that thing, Simply you will get enterprise design thinking GUI. Simply you have to click on login right side, and you have to click on create an account. You have to create new account, create an account, create an account. Here you can give your ID. With the help of that ID, suppose I am giving one ID, right? So as you can see, my ID is already associated with IBM account, so that's why uh, the email is associated with an IBM account. That's why this is showing this. So simply now you can give any fresh mail ID. You can give any fresh mail ID, and with the help of that mail ID, you can sign up yourself. After completing the sign up process, simply you can sign in, right? Continue. So now you can see this ID associated with IBM employee. So here you will get your name, like suppose your name is Arjun Kapoor, so you will get Arjun Kapoor. There is Aryan Raj, you will get your Aryan Raj. So as you can see, there are different type of badges regarding design thinking, like enterprise design thinking coach, advocate, co-creator, and practitioner. Okay, but in this course, you will get only IBM enterprise design thinking practitioner badge and a certificate that will associate regarding that badge, right? So for that, simply on left side, you will click on practitioner, left side, you will click on practitioner, and you will click on start course. In this course, you will get 14 chapters. You will get 14 chapters, and one by one, you have to complete all the chapters. In the end of those chapters, you will get some MCQ or some descriptive type questions. One by one, you have to complete those things, and then you can earn your digital certificate badge, and you can get your certificate as well as, right? I hope it's clear to everyone. Simply I will click on start course. It will ask you want to save your responses. Yes, save my answers. So now you can see design thinking is for everyone, chapter 1 of 14. So one by one you will get all the chapters and you have to complete all the things. So simply click on next. So these are some texts regarding design thinking that we have covered already, right? So no need to do anything. Simply click on next. Simply click on next. Now it will ask you try this experiment. So simply you have to click on draw, that is already clicked, and now it asking for design a vase. Vase means like a flower pot. So simply what you will do as per your skills, drawing skills, you can design anything. Yeah, I have designed. You can see. Simply click on next. Come down. Simply click on next. Next. Sometimes it can stuck, so no need to scare. See, no, it will not get enabled until or unless I will not complete that thing, right? So to get this in an enabled form, I have to draw something here. Sometimes your button will not be enabled, so no need to worry about that. Simply refresh your page. Simply refresh your page, and then you will get your right. Design a better way for someone to enjoy flowers in their home. So what you can do, simply you design a vase and you can draw some flowers, right? That depends on your design skills, right? Simply come down and next. Okay. So you have just worked on two prompts, number one and number two. So how are two prompts were different? Why they were different? Simply what you will write here, two prompts were different in the way they were trying to solve the problem, right? So both were trying to solve the problem. Next, which prompt did you prefer? Second one was good, so that's why I will prefer second one. Next, which was easier for you? First one. Okay. Now, after completing that, you will get one video. Simply, what you have to do, you have to simply play that video, and after playing that video, that in the next button would be enabled. Now, simply click on next. Complete lesson. So, like this, you have to complete all the chapters one by one, right? So, yes, we have just covered nice work. So, now come to chapter number two. So, in chapter number two, it will ask me some questions or maybe uh, some descriptive or MCQ question, so that I have to complete one by one. Now I will get one video. Simply what do I have to do? I have to play that video and now button would be enabled and I'll click on next, right? Next. Wherever you will get your video, simply click on video, play that video and simply click on next. Now got it. Yes, got it. Yeah, next. Simply. These are the concepts that I have told you earlier. So no need to take worries about that. Simply slide right. These are the observe, reflect, make, fundam, focus on users outcome, diverse, empower team, restless mention. These are the concepts only that we have covered already. Don't worry about that. In a session I have told you about that, I will tell you focus on users outcome, restless reinvention, diverse, empower team, observe, reflect, make. I have told you earlier about that concept. So same thing is written here. And on behalf of those concepts, you have to complete those exercises, right? And got it, next, simply click on next, right? Now got it, next, and next, next. What is design thinking? What is design thinking? It's a human centered iterative method for problem solving, right? Simply click here and next. Who can use design thinking? I have told you it can resolve any problem that can belongs to any company, any industry, right? So anyone can use design thinking. So anyone can use design thinking. So in that part, what you will do? Simply click on anyone. Now, next, what makes enterprise design thinking different? It's more effective for enterprise team and their problem, right? Simply click here and next. What's the loop? I have told you it's a continuous cycle of observing, reflecting, and making. Next. And what are the keys of enterprise design thinking? Sponsor, user, hills, and playback. These are the three concepts. So you can see these are available in a red square bracket. Sorry, not red. Sorry, and a green square bracket. You can see it means all questions are correct. Just we have filled CQ, and now simply click on and complete lesson. Now just next lesson. Now come to lesson number third. Now you can see simply what you have to do. You have to just play the video and simply click on next, and now again next. So these are the basic concepts. Okay. So these are the challenges. So in this certification exam, our challenge is Windsor Airlines consistent flights delay are hurting the company bottom line. So this is our concept for this certification exam. In this scenario, we have Windsor Airlines problem. That belongs to USA. So flights that is related to Windsor Airlines, Those were getting delayed because of customers, because customers are coming very late. There was not management, there was not strategy to handle the customers, so that's why that was the problem. So for resolving that problem, Windsor Airline approached to design thinkers. So for resolving that problem, design thinker find out something and for providing better solution, right? So simply click on next. So that was the scenario that we have to do. What are you hopeful for? So in real life things, so I am hopeful to solve the problem effectively using design thinking. Next, what fears do you have in real life? What kind of fears you can have? Fears of failures. Simply click on next, 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 and complete lesson. Done. So now come to chapter number 4. Now you can see. So in this, so uncover the problem. Simply we play the video and we will click on next button, and the airplane problem. Why? So Windsor Airline consistent flight delay are hurting the company bottom line. I have told you earlier, and because of the majority of flights don't depart on time, if your customer will be getting late, so your flight will not take off on time and that will not land on time. So that's why uh, company prestige were getting hurted. So for resolving that kind of problem, they approach to design thinkers. So that's why that is available in air. What do gate agents on daily basis? Who are gate agents? They will check your boarding pass, they will check your tickets. Those are gate agents. So what kind of duties they were doing on daily basis? Gate agents, you can write, manage the passenger going on board on daily basis, right? What do they like and dislike about their jobs? Because they are facing some problem because of some people, so that's why they don't like the passengers coming just before the flight is about to take off. Okay, how could their current experience be improved? How can you improve their experience so that they can find some effective solution by managing the passengers effectively? Next, you can see these are our questions and answers, right? Simply click on next. What are your users? So now in that condition, gate agents are facing problem. That's why they are our user. Okay, what our user do? I have told you already. Manage the passenger who is going to board the flight. Manage the passengers. What do they struggle with the most when they try to complete important tasks? So why they're struggling? Because struggling, they are struggling for managing the time and passengers e-cars. Okay, next, next. Now you will get one video and you will play and complete lesson. Next, next. Now you can see you can make assumption what he's doing. So you can say you can see he's stressed out, but anyone can assume anything after seeing some condition. So stressed, he is stressed out. His intention is stressed out. You can say next. Now that you see the whole picture, how have your assumption changed? Now you can see. Now you will see whole picture. The how your assumption would be changed. They are involved in their task. Involved their task. Next. You can either play your video and complete lesson. So till now, just you can see we have covered 5 chapters out of 14. You can see next. So you can see one by one you have to play all the audio file and simply you will get your next button. That was the conversation between the passengers. Okay. What one thing you learned that you didn't know before? Marketing strategy, because if your marketing strategy would not be appropriate, you can't manage your customers. STRA, marketing strategies, sorry, and manage the passengers. Both things we will learn. What pain points did you see gate agents कि gate agent को क्या problem हो रही थी? Very hectic schedule to manage passenger. What was difficult about the exercise? Nothing. Simply you have just done. Come down and complete lesson. Successfully, we have just completed 6 chapters. Now we are on chapter number 7. Okay, now we will play the video and next. And now simply we will click on next, 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 complete. So we have just covered 7 chapters. Now we are on chapter number 8. Okay. So here you can see empty map activity we have done, stretching your thinking. You have to think more for providing good ideas. Okay. Warm up for brainstorming. Brainstorming means for providing better ideas for resolving that problem. You can have another session or another design thinking activity for that. Okay. Think about Elizabeth. So who is Elizabeth? Elizabeth is gate agent. You can see Windsor airline gate agent. She were facing lot of problem, right? Okay, I hope it's clear to everyone. Now, in that condition, simply you have to click on right. Simply you have to click on right because no need to draw anything here. Design a better way to Elizabeth gate agent to negotiate last minute passengers change at the gate. जो last minute पे पैसेंजर आते हैं तो उनके साथ क्या किया जाए, कैसे बिहेव किया जाए, negotiate कैसे किया जाए. So regarding that, a better management system is needed to manage those kind of passengers, right? Second thing is Elizabeth to negotiate last minute passenger change at the time when it's overly crowd. अगर वहां पे बहुत ज्यादा crowd है या holiday का time है तो how she will manage? She should be calm while handling the passengers. She should be calm while handling the passengers, right? Next thing is that so get on the moon, how she will negotiate. Uh, she should serve with a smile. So out of 14 chapters, we have just covered or completed 8 chapters. Now we are on chapter number 9, right? You can see these are the sticky notes that we have used for resolving that problem. How did that failure affect you in real life or in any problem? How failures affect you? I learn from the failures, right? I learn from the failures. What did you learn from it? What you have learned? I learned new ways of working, new ways of working for solving any problem, right? So what did you do to avoid the same failures in the future? So I tried to avoid the previous mistake. I tried to avoid previous mistake that I have done already, right? If you will repeat those mistakes that you have done already, so how you will manage the things? You will not get any effective solution, right? Simply click on next. Okay. So in session we have covered 5 steps of design thinking. Number one, empathy, emphasize. Number two, define problem. Number three, ideation. Number four, prototype. Right. So what could you make and test quickly and cheaply? What could you? So prototype, because prototype gives shape to the ideas, right? I hope that remember to you. Prototype next. How would you make it? By just following the procedure. Okay. Anything that you will complete in your life, but you have to by just you have to follow some procedure. The design, right? Design you will create. How would you measure its success? So somewhere you will how you will measure that our software is getting success or failure. It depends on based upon feedback. Based upon feedback. Feedback would be good, then your app have getting success, right? Now just we have covered 9 chapters. Now we are on chapter number 10, right? Next. So now you will get one video, collaboration in action. I have told you a team will work in a collaboration for resolving any kind of problem, right? And what diverse point of view do you have on your team? Expertise. They have expertise. They have expertise in different domains. They have expertise in different domains or skills, you can say. Skills domain, right? So what perspective are missing from your team that could improve your process and outcomes? How you will get good outcomes? So that was effective marketing strategies, right? Because there was not an effective procedure to manage the passengers, and there was not effective marketing strategies, how they will be do some awareness in people mind regarding that problem. Okay, so now we are on next chapter. No, sorry. Okay. What is the one thing that you are working on that your team would not know about? That is marketing strategies. We are working on that, but our team was not aware about that. Okay, is there something your team has reached on agreements? इसका मतलब क्या है कि आपने कुछ एग्रीमेंट किया है बट यू हैवंट रीच ऑन दैट पैरामीटर्स और माइलस्टोन. नो, we have just completed all the things, right? So simply you can see out of 14 chapters we have just covered 11 chapters. Okay, only 3 chapters are remaining. 12, you can see now we are on chapter number 12. Simply play that video. Different type of playbacks. What do you mean by playbacks? Playbacks means like we will interact with our team and we will exchange our ideas with each other. So who is the hero of our story? User. Because we will focus on user's outcome. We are doing everything for user. Okay, what is their current struggle today? What problems do they face? They are facing the problem. They are facing the problem. So users was who were users? Git agents. Okay, they are facing the problem in managing the passengers. Okay, or you can see, or you can write key in effective marketing strategy, right? What one idea you have to solve their problem? Getting effective management system, right? Okay, next. How would that idea improve the user experience? By providing better marketing strategies. Okay, by providing better marketing strategies. Next, complete lesson. Okay. So simply you can see we have just covered 12 chapters out of 14. Now we are on chapter number 13. Now you can see define your problem. That is step number 2. What business problem you are trying to solve? I hope it's remember to everyone. Windsor Airlines, right? Why? Why you are resolving that problem? What type of problem they are having? They are facing. That is lack of management, no, and lack of marketing strategies. Both things are available. So simply we will write lack of marketing strategies. Okay, why? No proper management. Okay. Why? Again, it will ask you. So there is no concrete guidelines. There is no concrete marketing guidelines. Okay. And why? Lack of proper management team, right? Okay. Now it will ask you why out of 6, 7. Okay. No importance given to marketing team, right? So what? We have just completed those things. Next. Okay. So what problem do your users have today? So no marketing strategies and no management system. So same thing is available here. No marketing strategies, no proper management skills. Right? Next, update your statement. You can update your statement. So marketing needs improvement. Improvement. Next. So update your statement again. So marketing is a big issue, right? So at last, finally, it will ask you next thing. That is, wait for a while. How will you use your problem statement after this course? After completing this course, how you will manage your statements? So after this, problem will be solved in smart way, right? I have told you earlier. Next, complete lesson. Now you can see. So out of 14 chapters, we have just covered 13 chapters. Now you can see, right? So you did it. You are there almost. You can see. Okay. So after completing chapter number 14, so you will get IBM Enterprise Design Thinking Practitioner badge and certificate as well as. Okay. And I will let you know how can you download your certificate, how can you download your badge, right? So this is a last chapter. Please make sure you are clicking on right answer if you want to get your badge and certificate, right? You will inevitably have assumption. What should you do with your team? So what we will do with our team? Reframe your assumption into questions in order to challenge or validate, right? Next. What does it mean to focus on users outcome? क्या मतलब है इसका कि you put your users at the center of your work, because whatever we will do, firstly we will focus on users outcome. Simply next. What does it mean to restless reinvent? It means you treat everything as a prototype. Okay. Next. What does it mean to have a diverse empowered team? It means we will have a team that will have different expertise. Okay, so you can see you have a team of people that all have varied expertise and perspectives, right? Next, think about the coffee example. So why it is important to focus on the entire experience? जो भी आपका एंटायर एक्सपीरियंस होता है किसी भी चीज का, why you will focus on that. Before making anything, we need to understand why we are doing this thing. What would be the benefit of that? That's why we have to click on that option. Next. You are handed a brief for a project that contains a high level description of your target user and list of features on the roadmap. So here what you will do, ask your stakeholders means your team members. Okay, ask your stakeholders their experience and their crafting, what they want, right? Next, what do we ask? Why we are doing that thing, why we are doing this course, so that we can solve the right problem in the best way possible. That's why we are using design thinking for resolving any kind of problem in an effective manner, right? So that's why we have different scenarios, different concepts. We will use that thing for resolving any type of problem, right? Simply we will click on submit button. Now you can see all are in green square button, you can see, right? And simply click on next. Complete course. So now you can see you will get congratulations. You have completed the practitioner course. Okay, now you will get your badge. So how you will download your badge and how can you download your certificate? So I will let you know about that thing. Don't worry about that. So now you can see your name would be written here, and down to this name you will get your badge that would be enabled. You can see. I hope it's visible to everyone. So simply we have just got our practitioner badge, and now I will let you know how you will get your certificate as well as. Okay, so for that what you will do, you have to check your mail. You have to check your mail first. On mail you will receive one mail, in that you will get your badge. Okay, simply you have to open your mail and you can see IBM Digital Program Verified. You can see, congratulations, you have earned a digital credential from the IBM. Simply click on accept your badge. After clicking on accept your badge, okay. So what you have to do, simply you can sign in if you have account already, or you can create new account. So create an account. First name IBM. Second is last employee EMP. Okay, select your country, and that is India. I am India. You can select, and password you can give anything as per your understanding. and I agree and create account, right? So confirm your email. So you will get another mail on your mail ID. Simply gladly you can say, or confirm my email. Simply you can confirm your mail, right? Now you have to give your credential again, whatever you have given at a sign up time, and sign in. That is saying, okay, forgot your password. I will change my password again. That is my ID. And so you can see, okay, password is set. Reset my password. Simply I can give new password. Confirm new password. Change password. Okay. Oh, successfully I have changed my password. You can see I have simply logged in here. So how you will check? You can see this badge was issued to IBM employee on 20 August 2022. Right? You can see. So simply what you have to do, simply click on accept your badge and save settings, right? And scroll down. You will get this symbol, download badge image, right? So you can increase and decrease the badge image, and you can simply download your image, right? Number one. And now after completing that thing, because badge would be same for everyone, this badge would be same for everyone, what you can do, simply click on download certificate. Yeah, download certificate. So when you will download your certificate, so it will make you clear that simply you have that, you have covered that course and you have just earned badge and certificate as well. As simply I have clicked on, you can see, in recognition of commitment to achieve professional excellence, IBM employees has successfully satisfied the requirement for enterprise design thinking practitioner. You can see there is date is available, and simply you can click on that link and it will let you know that you have earned that successfully, that you have earned that badge successfully. You can see here. Okay, so simply this is a procedure to earn IBM digital badge, right? I hope it's clear to everyone. Okay, so thanks for watching. So by following this procedure, simply you can earn IBM digital design thinking practitioner badge and certificate as well. Thank you.